We're all human and we make mistakes. Here are 10 merchanting things you will definitely screw up. Hey guys, it's Divine from merch.com. I put together this list because it seems like a lot of people only learn certain things after making mistakes at least once. Perhaps after watching this video, you'll make at least one less mistake and save yourself some money. Personally, I've made 5 out of 10 mistakes. Let me know in the comments how many of them you have made and what your worst one was. Let's get into it. Number 1, mistyping your buy or sell price. This is probably the most common mistake, as you can easily make it every single time you enter a Grand Exchange offer, if you're not paying full attention. In the most extreme cases, this one can cost you hundreds of millions by instant buying or instant selling for an extreme price. The second mistake is buying or selling the wrong item by misclicking. This one makes you feel like a serious idiot, mostly because you had plenty of time to correct the offer but somehow didn't. With the new Grand Exchange interface, it's a bit harder to buy the wrong item as you have the item icons in the interface below, but it's still possible, so pay attention. Number 3 is extremely derpy, buying an item again instead of selling it. This will often make you instant buy the item for around the price you plan to sell for if you have not yet filled your limit. The only thing you can do about these first 3 mistakes is always double checking your offer. Don't be stupid. Moving on to mistake number 4, forgetting what price you bought or sold an item for. The Grand Exchange history is great, but not if you invested in something a while back or if you're a very busy merchant with a lot of offers. This is a matter of good management and tracking. We plan to add some features to merch in the future to help you a bit with this. For now, you better note your prices down somewhere and keep proper track of it. Mistake number 5 is banking a flip or investment and forgetting about it. Mind you, it's rich people problems, I know, but it's still a real mistake. This is the worst one I've ever made, which led to one of the biggest losses in my merchanting career. Years ago, I had several red party-ets in my inventory that I bought around 1.3 bill each. I suddenly quickly had to go, and you don't leave wealth like that in your inventory in case of a hack. So I quickly banged them, not noticing that my junk tab was selected, which I almost never look at. Now, you can imagine where this is going. 2 months later, I discovered the hats, and by that time they were about 800 to 900 mil each, meaning about 400 to 500 mil loss each. I hadn't banked any more of them, and I hadn't looked at my junk tab either. So that's a pretty painful loss, also because that money could have been used to make more profit during those months, so it's actually more than the initial loss. Another easy way to make this mistake is if you have invested in an item that you already have somewhere in your bank, like a potion or a pouch or something, and it ends up in some other tab and you don't look at it. Even noticing a few days later can already cost you quite a bit, so don't be stupid, don't make this mistake. These first 5 are sloppy mistakes that can happen at any time due to a lack of concentration, but if you thought they were bad, wait until the next 5. Mistake number 6 is buying an item without checking the most recent updates and losing money. Not staying up to date with the game updates but still trying to flip or invest is downright asking for a loss. Always make sure you stay up to date with all the RuneScape news. This can help you to make a lot of profit instead of losing money in such a stupid way. I still can't wrap my head around mistake number 7, but the merch logs have quite a few uploads of street trades at outrageous prices, like a shadow dye that the other person could have bought for 50 mil cheaper in a Grand Exchange if they had bothered to try. Don't be this dumbass and always check the Grand Exchange before buying something on the street, no matter who the other person is and what they tell you. Number 8 is painfully common. People that are new to merchanting don't know what to flip or invest in and thus ask others for help. Now, there's nothing wrong with asking people for help, but if you're going to buy an item based on what someone else is telling you, without actually understanding the item yourself, then you're taking large risks and you're very likely going to lose money. It doesn't matter how good of a friend it is or whether they've been right before, you don't learn anything if you don't find and understand the item yourself, so next time you'll be asking them again probably, which is just short-term thinking and you're not learning how to merchant. You should not be afraid to lose money to gain experience in the long term. It's really part of learning how to merchant. I know that it's not something people like to do, but it's an important part of it, and sooner or later you're going to have to do it. If you don't know what to flip, price check items until you found one with a good margin. Make a list of the ones that worked well for you, so you always have something to fall back to when you run out of ideas. Now, this list will be something that you will keep up to date. Sometimes you'll remove items and sometimes you'll add them, but this is really a good way to keep having items that you can flip. So there's that. Mistake number 9 is the opposite of mistake number 8, telling other people what you are flipping or what you have invested in. Now, I've listed this as boasting. It's not necessarily always boasting. Sometimes people genuinely want to help someone else, but a lot of the time it is boasting. If you tell others you're flipping items, chances are that they will cut your prices and ruin the items. It's a myth that telling people what you've invested in strengthens your investment due to others buying in. What's more likely is that they will invest too, but then they will dump early because they fear your larger stock, which may crash the item once you sell off. If people don't know who is invested in an item, they're actually more likely to jump on board, as there is nobody specifically to fear. Just look at what recently happened to Black Santa hats. Now, don't tell people what you're invested in. Knowledge is power. And finally, mistake number 10, investing in an item because it seems low. If you invest for this reason, you don't understand how investing works and you have a lot to learn. I've made some investing guides for that will teach you how it actually works so that you can start investing for the right reasons. Do you think I missed any mistakes? Feel free to let me know in the comments, and don't forget to tell me how many you have made. You can also check out my 10 merchanting tips if you want to learn some more stuff. Take care guys, and I'll see you all again next week for another video.